hopefully all the news that we're going to give you is going to get everyone excited about the season. And just to cut a few questions off early, I'll just give you an update on Jarek Niezgoda. He's a player that is currently in marketplace, that we're still finalizing the transfer of Jarek to Portland, and we're still completing parts of the medical. So it's a negotiation that's ongoing, and we are hopeful that he will join the Timbers, but we will not have a resolution before Wednesday of next week. So that is one exciting announcement to come. Another good bit of news, and then I'll open it up to Gio and questions, but Blake Bodley, we will be signing to the organization on a homegrown contract. So we have finalized terms with Blake, and he's a player that we're looking to bring in. He will spend the majority of his time with T2, and should it go according to plan, we'll earn the opportunity to get minutes with MLS. But he's a player that's coming out of college. He's a player that's had a tremendous career in college and is given the opportunity now to be with the organization. So we're excited about him and excited about what he brings to the club. And we will have other announcements in the next couple of weeks, hopefully, where we're looking to add maybe 1 to 2 attacking players. And also we still have to add another right back. So that'll just give you a quick status of the roster and the squad in what we're looking to do. And obviously that'll open up more questions.
Good afternoon. Good to see you again. And as Gavin said, we're moving forward. We made a lot of changes from last season. We continue to look at players. We continue to look at ways to be better for this season, for the start of the season. But we're very excited with the guys that are already here. I mean, Jimmy Chara and others already have shown to practice. I think this start of preseason also has been great to see the development of the club. In looking at some players also from T2 that are training with us, and even academy players that are part of the preseason. So it's been great to see all this from the club, how we're working as a unit from top to bottom, and excited about the season. You heard also we're very close to bring Niezgoda, which is a great situation. Hopefully we can also bring 2 other pieces, and then the right back. For us is another place, another position that we want to fill. So all around, there's a lot of excitement in the locker room. Everybody's been working very well at the beginning of preseason, and we're looking forward for the start of the season.
First time you've been here that you're going to play a home game in March, just having the stadium finally done, not being on the road for the 2, 3, 4 months.
Excited.
Relief.
Excited because you said it, the past 2 years, the first year it was 5 consecutive matches away at the beginning, and then last year 12. So being able to come back now this season and have a balanced schedule and be able to start the season home, I mean, that's incredible. So we're very, very motivated for that reason, and the reason that we have a balanced schedule. So everybody understand that. And it's the opportunity for us to make sure that we start right away from the first match with the right intensity, hoping to win that match right away and take one game at a time as we always have done.
Either or both of you, talk about the center back position, how you feel about your depth there, and what does Dario bring, and how will he help solidify that spot?
I think from my perspective, Ned did a tremendous job in being able to lay out many different options in that position, and Dario was the one that we prioritized. Gio and I were in Croatia for basically 48 hours towards the end of last year. And through the meeting, through all the conversations with the club and the player, it came to a situation where we knew through his character and what he's done and the way that he does play and what he can give us that it was the right decision. I think what he gives us is balance. It's another experienced player where you start to look at that position, and obviously this is Gio's decision, but we have Mabiala, who's accomplished and proven. You have Dario Zupric, who is accomplished and proven. Now it's a matter of chemistry, it's a matter of their individual performances. And then we have Bill Tuiloma and Julio Cascante, both, again, good young central defenders with a very, very big upside. So I'm glad I'm not Gio, but the idea is to have pressure on every single player and depth in every single position. And I think in that key area of the field, we've got it. Very, very good options.
What are you looking for from your team as you begin to ramp up and prepare for the start of the season?
First thing is to make sure that they work so hard in precision that they put all the strength to last the whole season. And that way we can be good from the first minute all the way to the end. So hard work, intensity, that everybody understands that it's not for granted that you're going to play, that there's somebody behind that wants their position, and everybody's working hard to try to make sure that they play. We have a lot of matches also. We're going to play in Leagues Cup, US Open Cup. So we have a lot of games. So we need the depth that we're putting together. But everybody has to be competitive. So that's what we're looking for. And then we're going to go our way, the way we want to play. And we're trying to finalize all the pieces to make sure that we are able to do that.
Gavin, when Jimmy was signed, you mentioned in the press release that he was something that you guys had been tracking, or he was someone who you guys had been tracking for a long time. Can you tell us a little bit about sort of your history watching him as a player and yeah, some about that?
First and foremost, I think I cost Merritt a hell of a lot more money waiting 10 years rather than trying to get him at the same time that we got Diego. So naturally, when we acquired Diego, the constant conversation back and forth is, how's your brother doing? And we tried several other times to acquire him, and it was just a matter of opportunity. It was national team responsibilities where the national team coach at that stage wanted him to play, and this was the first chance that it's actually been possible, and it came to fruition. So with him, he is a player that I have seen every year for the last 10 years thinking, why didn't I bring him at the same time as Diego? And at that stage, I'd seen him in 3 different games where he had played 15, 20 minutes at the end of the games, and he was still very, very young. I think what he brings us now is another experienced professional that's been very, very successful both on the international stage and at top clubs throughout the world. So he's well-traveled. He knows what his brother has in this club, in this city, and he wants to replicate it and create his own identity as well. But as far as maturity, responsibility, as far as performances, he's a DP, and we expect that from him to perform like a DP. And we did want to add another player that was goal dangerous. And you look at his scoring record the last semester when he was in Brazil, he's coming off a very good season. So expectations are high, but it's still a matter of acclimating to the environment, getting used to the players that he's with. But there's no doubt that he's talented. And I think in adding him, we get another quality person and a quality player that we know is going to turn up week in, week out.
And we believe he's going to adapt very quickly because he's been always someone that has looked at Portland since, his brother's been here. So he knows about Portland. He understands, he's watched games. So I think he's going to adapt a lot faster than maybe other players. And he's that type of player that you always joke around, oh, we're going to get Jimmy. But finally, the moment came in which it was possible. And he's here now. So we're excited.